Trump just used Obama's DNC speech for a campaign ad.
We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Ouch. What you do and say will count against you, man. This is the best campaign ad ever you can think of. Just using the man's his own speech. It sounds like he's talking about the party that we try and get up out of there, Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris getting in there is, we know she's installed, is really just Obama's 4th term is what we know. Y'all got to see Nicole Shannon's warning on why Kamala Harris is so dangerous. This is communism 101.
Why is Kamala Harris sort of dangerous to you?
I think Kamala Harris is dangerous to me because she is the ultimate puppet for an organization that has, I believe, since President Obama, not actually run real people. Mm-hmm. They have selected amongst a very small group of individuals that they can control and dictate policy over.
Yes.
I don't think Kamala Harris is somebody who will sit here and tell you how she feels. I think that human capacity of hers has long gone.
Yes.
I think that what she now represents is corporatism. Mm-hmm. She represents a huge amount of cronyism, and I do believe that she is using messaging, and this is the part that worries me the most, is that she uses messaging in a way to get populations of young, unknowing, innocent people to join her on these false virtue signal ambitions and actually take on policies that will eventually really hurt them in the future. My mother is from communist China. Mm-hmm. I grew up hearing about what the famine was like in communist China.
Right. Well, she's going to do price controls at supermarkets, so we don't have to worry about that.
But that is exactly how you get to a famine. I mean, this is...
I know.
This is the basics. This is communism 101.
Ouch. This is what they saying. This is really all you need to know about her campaign. She is just another puppet to Obama and the deep state. Unfortunately, she will be even more controlled than Biden, and they will destroy this country with all their communist radical policies. Now, before I continue this video, I just want to warn y'all, may or may not happen. I have somebody working on my air conditioner right now. I know y'all tired of seeing me sweating these. Anywho, he might walk in and out. The dogs might start barking, and if that happens, you're gonna know why I stopped the video abruptly. But back to what we're talking about. This woman is correct. And someone said they even posted last night that the puppet would appear on stage to receive her strings from the puppeteer. And that's kind of what happened at the DNC when you seen Obama speak. But yeah, this brutal ad campaign against Kamala Harris going in swing states is extremely effective. This is the one I think Trump dropped last night.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread cost 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
What an ad, man. As AKA put it. Oh, that was on point. I like the music that they put behind it, even though, by the time most of y'all watch this video, it will unfortunately, be muted because of, anyhow. I thought that was perfect, man. You using their words against them, right? That's the best strategy. Instead of trying to throw salt on the wound or try to throw some shade, it's like, what better way to do this? Other than just saying, hey, this is what you said, remember? Then put it side by side, the contradiction. Perfect combination. That's a winning combination if you ask me. I'm going through the comments right now. It says, fact check, true, 100%. This is perfect. Kamala's own words are her downfall. That's why they haven't been letting her do interviews. Of course, bro, letting her speak. What? Oh no, man. Oh no. Now, before we get into the Obama fourth term with Victor Davis Hanson laying out Kamala's plan to run as a moderate, which is what I'm going to get to, I want to show y'all this clip of Donald Trump where he says he destroyed the Clinton political dynasty, the Bush dynasty, the Obama dynasty, the Biden dynasty, and now he's going to beat the Marxist Kamala Harris. And no one has ever heard of this being done before. Let's check it out.
Don't forget, I beat Nancy Pelosi. I beat all these people, every one of them. And somebody said, if you look at it, he beat the Clinton family, right? And that was really Obama too, because he was behind her 100% like he was running. And I beat the Bush family. I beat everybody. And now I beat Biden. I got him out. I beat him twice, actually. I beat him the first time, but now I beat him a second time because it was the debate that got him out. And now I have to beat somebody that nobody ever heard of, who's a Marxist. And I think I'll be able to do that. But I know the people now. I've been in government now for 8 years. I was in government for no years. I mean, I became president and I said, I've never done this before. It's pretty, sort of a miracle. In the history of our country, we had 92% politicians become president and 8% generals. Not admirals, but generals, only generals. So those were the only two, politicians and generals. George Washington, Dwight Eisenhower. Actually, he was very good, very strong on the borders. Eisenhower was strong on the borders, a moderate guy, but very, very strong on the borders. He had big deportation. But 92% was politicians, and 8%, there was nobody else. And then I came along. And so people were surprised. But I know the system, I know the people, I know some great people, and I know some people that I wouldn't put in. But you learn that. And so now I'm a very experienced guy, and we're going to bring our country back. And we're respected. We're going to be respected again with other countries. Don't forget, I had no wars. Other than I defeated ISIS, but that war was already started. That war was raging for 20 years before I got there. And I ended that war in 3 or 4 weeks. So, a lot of people give me credit, even people that don't love me, as being a great president because we did a lot. Right to try. I got right to try for people that are terminally ill, where they can use space-age medicines. We have the best labs and the best doctors in the world. But you couldn't use it because you just couldn't use it. You weren't allowed to use it. And I got that done where you can use these space age that won't be approved by the FDA for a long time, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I've saved thousands and thousands of lives. But now I know the system and I know Washington and I know the people. And I hope we win. And if we do win, we're going to make this country greater than ever before.
I ain't gonna lie. Please, man, hurry your butt back to that office, man. I can't take no more of this, man. Sheesh. No more Line-nomics, no more Obama-nomics, Kalama-nomics. You know what I'm saying? I think say Comrade Kamala is trending right now. I got to see what that's about. Like, oh my gosh. Sheesh. But shout out to Trump because when he was in office, he definitely what he said was definitely true. He definitely got rid of the ISIS and we wasn't under fire in any wars. We were respected and all that, but all that reversed and changed. Somebody said, but did he beat Obama? But did Trump beat Obama? I tend to think it's the other way around, unless of course, with God's help, he wins in November. Okay. So look, we got this right here. The Obama fourth term that we've been talking about, the whole theme of this video. Victor Davis Hanson lays out Kamala's plan to run as a moderate, then govern as a hard left ideologue. Let's check out the plan.
They know what's coming. She's going to flip from hard left to moderate and see if she can get elected. And then as soon as she's elected, the voters know she's going to flip right back where she was in the beginning. And that's something they've seen for 4 years with Joe Biden. And they're confident because they feel they've swapped a cognitively challenged candidate, or Joe Biden, and now they've got a linguistically challenged candidate. It's the same problem, but they have a solution. They think it's a 2020 solution. They're going to outrace Trump and saturate the airwaves. They're going to keep her away from any disinterested real journalist or ad hoc environment. and they're going to count on the 70% of the electorate who won't show up on election day, but will vote early or mail in the swing states. And finally, this is the key. They're going to try to, as we said, flip her and turn her into a Joe Biden from Scranton. That's going to be hard because she's never been before a moderate audience. She's always doubled down. She wasn't just against fracking or for open borders, but because she was always speaking to left-wing people in California. I would just say that she is flipping in a very opportunistic fashion just to get elected. And then once she's elected, it's the Obama fourth term. And you know what that's like. And if he sticks to that in those swing states, and J.D. Vance, there's no more articulate person that can make that case, they will win.
This has been the radical left strategy for a long time. Pretend to be moderate. Then once you getting, voted by the sheeple, so to speak, you go and start steering that, well, my fault, that left hand. I know I'm on camera and it's probably left here. Anyhow, before I lose my train of thought, somebody says Kamala will try to hide from the press and interviews as much as possible because she knows her record will sink her campaign. Of course, man, this is certainly their plan for sure. Man, I can listen to this guy speak all day, man. The game plan is once to trick voters by appearing to be moderate. And then they're just going to unleash that left-wing agenda. They're going to unleash that Obama, they saying.